It's not just numeric systems. As you can see, we have a lot of use cases here where you can define domains, categories, inherent fake data itself, which comes from a good amount of providers. So we have good libraries here, and you can customize these to a great degree. And apart from that, if you really like to, you can just type out a proper Python code itself within the system. So that way you can actually have complete control over what type of synthetic data you're working with. Very helpful if you're working with synthetic data where the correlation is very obvious and you want to work with proper sums itself. So if column A plus column B equals column C, that's something you can define in here as well. Of course, all of this is optional. In most cases, you should be good to go with specifics that you have the application has picked up. And once you've done this, the application has done all of this for all the tables inherently. The next step to do is just to generate them. So let's open up an existing data set. Let's open up this one right there. It's going to ask us where we want to push this particular synthetic data and how do we want to push it. So of course, depending on your use case, this might be a file, this might be a database. And according to your use case specifically, like say, let's say instead of an S3 location, let's actually push them back to SQL Server. So the application is first going to ask which all data sets you would like to define as synthetic, and then how many records you would like to run across them. And once you've done that, the final steps are quite straightforward. It's going to ask you to push these records, either append them, or if you would like to overwrite existing records or other aspects, you get all those options with files as well as with databases. I'm not doing that for the interest of time. And of course, the final aspect here is that if you want to say define them as on a schedule, or if you want to associate them with an existing pipeline, at the moment new fresh production level data comes in, you want to make sure that the testing data is in sync with that level. You can do that in an automated fashion, integrated with your existing pipelines. Or if you're doing this on a schedule based system, which is different from your existing CI/CD pipelines or DevOps systems, you can define that as well. There's a lot of integrations and other aspects that I'm not really getting into in the interest of time, but this in a nutshell defines what Test Data Manager is.
For further questions, feel free to reach contact@datagaps.com. Request a free demo, scan the QR code below. Thank you.